a creator can be very challenging. A while back, I asked myself this question: how can I improve my creativity? In today's video, I'm going to be diving into the 5 habits I personally took that answer that question for me. Let's get into it. To the channel, if you're new here, my name is Aura. I'm a photographer and filmmaker. And in today's video, I'm going to be diving into the creative process and the habits I started practicing in my life that drastically improved my creativity, my creative process, and allowed me to be able to output more from a creative standpoint. Starting with habit number 1, embrace curiosity. To boost your creativity, you need to cultivate a sense of curiosity. By this, I mean, give yourself the opportunity to try different stuff. A while back, I believe in June 2022, I was always stuck and I got burnt out from photography. And I've always had an itch for videography, and I transitioned. I picked up a video camera and I switched my dial from photo to video. And ever since then, I started filming and I love the process. And even outside the creative process, you can try new stuff. You can try jiu-jitsu, you can try basketball, you can try going to the gym, you can try going for a walk. Because you never know, when you give yourself the opportunity to try something new, you can always spark a sense of inspiration, and that did that for me. So I highly suggest give yourself the opportunity to try different stuff that you're inspired by. It could be painting, it could be music. Allow yourself the opportunity to try different stuff, because you never know, that could spark a sense of inspiration. Habit number 2, establish a creative routine. One of the biggest things that I started practicing was giving myself the ability and the time to be able to create different stuff. Scheduling my time, scheduling time blocks, giving me the opportunity to, where I can look at my calendar and I know this is time for me to edit. Giving myself the time for me to be able to write scripts. Giving my time for me to be able to educate myself on how can I tell better stories. Giving myself the time to be able to edit. A routine definitely helps you to enter a more creative state. Overall, it can enhance your productivity as a creator. So it could be using your phone, Google Calendar. It could be physically writing down schedules. It could be physically having the calendar on your wall. But aligning and giving yourself specific time blocks to pursue creative stuff, you can't go wrong with it. Habit number 3, feed your mind. One of the biggest things that really transformed my creative process was beginning to fill my mind, either from reading books, listening to podcasts, to taking workshops, to taking online courses, to movies, theaters, and watching movies in the cinema, because you can get inspired from that. Habit number 4, and I know this might contradict what I previously said in habit number 3, but is create more than you consume. Living in the age that we are right now, we live in an age where there's constant content. There's content on Instagram, content on YouTube. Right now, literally, you're watching content, so you're consuming right now. And the biggest challenge that we have is we tend to consume a lot, but we never actually create. So get into the habit of creating more than you consume. So take your camera, set up a shoot. I try to create content once a week, no matter what. Either photography, cinematography. I physically force myself to go to the studio and take photos. I physically force myself to make plans, to create. My train of thought is learn, make, repeat. Shout out to Maddie Apoya for that. But I force myself to learn something new, either it's lighting, or if it's cinematography, or if it's sound design, or if it's, storytelling technique I want to practice. I force myself to learn, I go out, I create it, and then I repeat. So create more than you consume is one of the biggest advice I ever got, and one of the biggest habits I've been practicing, and it's been a game changer for me in my creative journey so far. Habit number 5, cultivate a creative community. Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals can be a blessing, a huge blessing. I've had the opportunity to start creating a community of my own through friends on Instagram, to making real-life relationships, physically getting to meet different creatives in person has been a huge game changer for me, and mentors that I've spoken with alike have said the same stuff. Because at the end of the day, if you have people that you can relate to in the same line of topic and the same creative process, and it can even be outside the same creative pursuit. You can be friends in photography, you can be friends in music, you can be friends in filmmaking, you can be friends in different aspects of the creative process. But having people that you can communicate with and that they do similar stuff can be a blessing. Like having people that believe in the pursuit because at the end of the day, as humans, we need people that, the more we have people that believe in our stuff, the better we create content. And like there are different places you can meet creative community. You can online groups, Facebook groups. I'm in a bunch of them. Workshops, you can go to workshops in person. You can reach out to people on Instagram. Even on YouTube comments, you can meet out to new people. So building a creative community is a huge blessing, and I highly recommend it. You can't go wrong with getting into the habits of building relationships. It's one of the biggest and one of the huge things that I've done just past few years, and the habits I've been practicing that has changed my creative process. And this is an extra one, tip number 6, journaling. As a creator, every day I'm pretty sure we have a bunch of different ideas that flows in our head. It could be painting, it could be writing, it could be music, it could be beats, it could be photography, it could be film, it could be anything that, like, as a creator, we tend to have different ideas that flows in our head. And recently, one of the habits I've been trying to practice is journaling, writing down those ideas and not letting it linger in my head, either on my phone or I write it down on my note. And that's been a huge blessing in my creative journey. So I highly recommend. This is an extra habit that I'm practicing. Journaling is a huge stuff, and it can really change your creative journey. But yeah, remember, creativity is a journey. It's a process. It took me 5 years to get to where I'm at. This is the first photo I ever took, and this is one of my recent photos. Like, it takes a long time to keep getting better, but it's a journey, it's a process. All from all the habits I mentioned. Some of them might align with you, some of them might not, but if they do, take the knowledge, apply it to how you see fit, into your personal life, and just keep creating. And let me know down in the comments if you guys have any other habits that you've been practicing. What habits have you practiced in your own creative journey that has changed your own, your creative process and your creativity? But let me know down in the comment. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy, keep creating. Peace.